Bu Agustina. Ini saya balik dulu ya, susunannya lupa belum saya balik ini. Pak Lodi di depan ya. Urutan pertama ya Pak Lodi ya. Halo. Suara saya kedengaran?
Siap, Bu.
Oke. Pak Lodi ini terbiasa menggunakan Zoom enggak? Ya. Oke.
Biasa, Bu, biasa.
Sering ya pakai?
Ya, sering. Tapi lebih sering kalau Google Meet.
Oh.
Kalau Google Meet selalu. Kalau Zoom sering.
Zoom juga sering.
Kalau untuk sosialisasi program sekolah ke orang tua, biasanya kita pakai Zoom. Karena partisipannya banyak, Ibu.
Iya. Berarti Pak Lodi udah biasa ngepin apa ngelola di Zoom udah biasa ya?
Ya, biasa.
Enggak, maksud saya nanti kalau habis Pak Lodi presentasi bisa bantuin ngepin kalau pas saya ini apa
Oh, ya boleh.
sambil meeting juga yang lain ini dan saya bingung juga.
Boleh, Bu. Nanti saya coba. Saya juga nggak terlalu mahir di Zoom, tapi nanti saya coba.
Cuman ini ngepin aja biar
Ngepin ya, kalau yang mau di unmute gitu ya.
Yang
Oke. Siap.
Yang presentasi itu kan kalau dipin kan jadi nanti kelihatan full di layar.
Iya, betul.
Pak Lodi tadi sudah tak kirimi background ini belum ya?
Sudah, Bu.
Dicoba, bisa dicoba. Karena kita live YouTube ya Mbak Agustinnya, jadi berapapun pesertanya nanti kita on time.
Sudah bisa dilihat ini, Bu? Sudah saya setting?
Iya, sudah tambahkan.
Kebalik atau udah pas?
Enggak kebalik.
Udah pas ya?
Ya. Saya tadi kirim yang ada gambar pulaunya itu Pak Lodi. Coba saya kirim lagi.
Yang ada gambar pulau?
Saya ini ada gambar pulaunya. Iya, ini saya kirim ulang.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Bapak Ibu.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kita mulai jam 15, 5 menit ya, 2 menit lagi Bu Agustina. We can start this webinar. Halo Mr. Dadang dari SIKK. Thank you for coming this.
Iya, mohon maaf ini Bu, sedang ada meeting sama Direktur SMK juga Bu.
Oke, no problem. Pak Lodi, are you ready for the first speaker? Check sound, please.
Check sound, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, okay.
How is everyone? Everything is okay. Okay.
Okay, let's start. Miss Agustina.
Sudah bisa Pak, sudah oke. Sudah bisa ini.
Ya sudah bisa.
Jadi untuk OSI ini ya alangkah lebih baiknya mungkin terpisah ya Pak ya, akan lebih bagus.
Okay, please, Miss Agustina. Yeah.
All right, I will start this session. Good afternoon for those in Bangkok and in Indonesia. Good evening for the participants in Den Haag, and also good morning maybe for those in other parts of the world like Makkah, Riyadh, and Jeddah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Allow me to give warm welcome to our honorable guests. First, Dr. Kulsum Hayati, and RBV owner and also the conductor of this program. Our speakers, Mr. Saidan, Mr. Herman, and Mr. Lodeweyk. We are ready to learn from your sharing. And warm welcome to the principals of the Indonesian school abroad. Participant teachers, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RBV webinar, Be a Transformative School Leaders. First of all, let's extend our gratitude to God the Almighty, who has made us possible to attend this program. I would like to say thank you to the committee, speakers and guests and participants for joining this event. And hopefully, this will give benefits and inspiration in education. My name is Agustina Rahmawati, a teacher at the Indonesian School of Bangkok. I am excited to be the moderator in this webinar. Dear participants, I would like to remind you to keep joining this webinar till the last session. Hopefully, you open your cameras, and while following the webinar, you can write questions on chat box, and don't forget to fill out the attendance list. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, for the first agenda, let me invite Dr. Kulsum Hayati to give opening remarks. To Dr. Kulsum Hayati, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Miss Agustina Rahmawati. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning in Den Haag, Makkah, Jeddah, and Cairo time. Good afternoon, Indonesia, Bangkok, Malaysia, Singapore, Yangon time. And good night, Tokyo time. The Honorable Mr. Saidan as a speaker from Indonesian school in Tokyo. the Honorable Mr. Herman Taher as a speaker from Indonesian School in Den Haag, and the Honorable Mr. Lodeweyk Kolatlena as a speaker from Indonesian School in Soroako. Hello, Mr. Lodeweyk.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you for being speaker today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is my honor, ma'am.
Okay. The Honorable all invited guests, Principal of Indonesian School in Cairo, Riyadh, Bangkok, Kota Kinabalu, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Davao, Yangon, Makkah, and Jeddah. And our special guest, Mr. Abdullah Sifa. And that I love all participants today from domestic and foreign, from Indonesia, from Den Haag to Tokyo. And the last but not least, Ms. Agustina Rahmawati as moderator in this event. I hope all of you in best condition today, always be healthy and happy. You can see our virtual background that we are from west to east. It makes very excited for me. Actually, this is an international webinar. In today's webinar, we will listen to the experiences and leadership style of the principals that they can bring their school to transformation in education. There are Indonesian school in Tokyo, Den Haag, and Soroako, Indonesia. I think this discussion will be important to motivate us and to encourage transformation in our schools and institutions. We know that today's school face many challenges. We must organize teaching and learning in pandemic condition and in various limitations. As a teacher, we have to learn a lot. We must learn the latest technology like Google or Microsoft technology and other learning technology platform. Thank you all participants who have joined in this event. RBV has many webinars and training programs for you for upgrading teachers' skills and competence. And today, RBV will give you door prize for most active participants here. The door prize is Canva Pro for Education Lifetime. Please always check the information in RBV website and on the RBV YouTube channel. I hope this event goes smoothly. All participants happy attending today's webinar and enjoy your time. May God always bless us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Kulsum, for the wonderful remarks. Now we go to the next agenda, speaker's presentation. Before I invite the next speaker, let me take your time to briefly explain about today's webinar. We will have 3 speakers to share their knowledge and experience related to transformative school leaders. In sequence, we will have first speaker, Mr. Alexander Lodeweyk Kolatlena, Principal of the Indonesian School in Soroako, South Sulawesi. And next, second speaker, Mr. Herman Taher, Principal of the Indonesian School in Den Haag, the Netherlands. And then the third speaker is Mr. Saidan, Principal of the Indonesian School in Tokyo. We are waiting for all your presentation and learn from it. And each speaker will have 20 minutes to deliver their presentation material. At the end of the presentation, we'll have 20 minutes for question and answer session. So, dear participants, please be prepared to write question on chat box or if time permits, you will be lucky to directly ask questions to the presenters. Let me invite Mr. Lodeweyk as the first speaker, but before, I will introduce him to you all. His complete name is Mr. Alexander Lodeweyk Kolatlena. I hope I don't pronounce wrongly. He was born in Jakarta, well experienced in curriculum design, classroom management, student and teacher assessment, cooperative learning, interactive learning, school management, academic supervision, and educational entrepreneurship. He has experience in teaching English and some management posts like academic supervisor, marketing executive, vice principal, bilingual coordinator, internal audit coordinator, principal of SD YPS Singkole, and up to 2021, he is the principal of SD YPS Lawewu. Mr. Lodi will have presentation on hand in hand becoming digitally transformed educators. Mr. Lodi, time is yours.
Thank you very much, Ibu Agustina. First of all, allow me to say my gratitude to Ibu Kulsum, Ibu Dr. Kulsum, for inviting me to become one of the guest speakers here in the RBV platform. Okay, allow me to share my slide for everyone. Okay. Yeah. The title of my presentation today is Hand in Hand, Becoming Digitally Transformed Educators. Now I am head division of kindergarten and primary school development program, starting effectively from the 6th of September. Before that, I was posted as an elementary school principal at SD YPS Lawewu. This is my short profile. I have 6 children, so many children. Yeah, and then if you want to contact me on Facebook, I have my account there, in LinkedIn also, Instagram, my WhatsApp numbers, and I have Blogspot. And to contact me by emails or even YouTube channel, I got my own YouTube channel. Okay, so Yayasan Pendidikan Soroako is the place where I work, and then it is an educational foundation operating kindergarten, elementary school, junior secondary school until technical academy. This foundation is supported by Brazilian-based nickel mining company called PT Vale Indonesia. In the past, 2009, it was supported by Canadian-based nickel mining. Starting in 2009, it is handed over to Brazilian company. So my school is located in a small town called Soroako, where the company of PT Vale Indonesia is located, 625 kilometers from northeast of Makassar, to the northeast of Makassar. It takes about 55 minutes from Indonesia, from Makassar by Indonesia Air Service plane, but it takes 12 hours by bus from Makassar. We have 261 employees, 2,500 students, and 325 college students of Soroako Academy of Technology. Okay, here is a short profile of my school, SD YPS Lawewu, the last school that I was posted, I was in charge of.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lodi, we can hear the voice. Maybe you forget.
Excuse me, Mr. Lodi, do you have any voice on your
Yes.
video? But we can't hear you, right? We can hear
Oh, you cannot hear the
Yes.
the voice of the video.
Yes.
There is no voice, only music.
No, only music. Oh, okay.
No music. Yeah. No music.
No music as well.
There's no music at all.
Yeah.
No.
But you can hear my voice,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is the gate of my school. So our students are taken by bus from their housing complex to the school every day. This happens before the pandemic, of course, because today we have virtual learning every day, virtual classroom. Okay, so that's the profile of my school. Let's just go on with the next slide. Yes. Well, after what is it? After implementing the virtual classrooms during the pandemic era like this, I found out that there are three basic elements for digital transformation success in education. The first of all is teachers understanding their type in integrating technology in classroom. The second is teachers and students understanding digital citizenship. And the third is teacher and students being internet agile. Okay, what are they? Let's have a look at them one by one. The first one, teacher need to understand their type in integrating technology, their character. I use this pencil metaphor to make them understand their type. The first is the leader type. Leader is described as the sharp, very sharp pointed, the pointed end of the pencil. So they are the type or the teachers who first adopt the technology, adopt the document, adopt all necessary to implement all technological parts in their classroom. So they are the first, they are the pioneers to apply those necessary to adopt technologies in the classroom. They are the leaders, the pioneers. The second is the sharp ones. So the sharp ones are those or teachers who watch the leaders, watch the pioneers, and then try to grab the best bits from what they watched. And after that, they learn from mistakes and do great stuff from what have they watched, what they have learned from the leaders, or from what, even from the mistakes they have made from trying everything. So the sharp ones are those who likes to watch and take the positive things and apply it in their classrooms, apply the technology in their classrooms. The third type is the wood. The wood are those who use technology if someone else set up for them and show them how to and keep it running. So they are waiting for someone. They are waiting for leaders. They're waiting for sharp ones to teach them to use the technology or to use the new things. And then they will do after being taught about the things, about the new things, about technological. In this case, for example, technology transformation. Yeah? So they will wait for someone to teach them. After they teach from someone, from the person, and then they know they got already the knowledge about it, they will do it. So leaders, sharp ones, and the wood are those who like to apply new things. In this case, technological transformation or the use of new things, yeah, in the classroom. They are the three types who will try to do the new things. Now, the third, not the third, the fourth type is the ferals. The ferals is described as the clamp of the pencil. So hold it tight to the to the pencil, and because it's very tightly held, so they know everything, right? They hold on what they know, and then they thought that it is the most correct thing. It's hard for them to change their paradigm, because they thought that what they have known is the best. So technology has no place in their classroom, because they thought what they have done every day, that's the best thing. There's no room for improvement, no room for new things, yeah, including technology in the classroom. So these are the various type. The fifth type is the eraser. The eraser is the person who is just like the ferals, but this time is even worse, because they try to erase, to to not to make it happen, right? Okay, so they try to what is it? If there is something new about technology, they will not do it, and they try hard to fail everything. Now, there is the last type, is it is called the hangers-on. The hangers-on is the person, is the combination of the ferals and the erasers. So the hangers-on know all the terms, the what is it? Everything about the classrooms. They join seminars, they join webinars, but they don't do anything. They don't do anything. They have knowledge about how to teach, what is it? How to use or implement technology in their classroom, but they don't use it. They don't use it. They keep on doing what is it? Talking and talking, even though it's in the Google Meet, for example. Even though it is in a virtual classroom, they don't try to use gamification, etc., etc. They just keep on talking. Now, of course, we need that our teachers, yeah, to become the first three: the leaders, the sharp one, the wood. Yeah, we are very lucky if we have many leaders and many sharp ones, okay, because they will be the influencer. They will be the influencer of the school. Okay, now The second is digital citizenship. Of course, teacher and student must know digital citizenship. Okay, let me show you one by one. Digital citizenship is about it's a way of thinking online. It's a way of being online. It's a way of acting online, thinking critically, because we cannot trust everything we see in the in the online world. It's about being safe, yeah, with our information, who we connect with, right? And of course, acting responsibly in how to communicate and behave. So teachers and also students, yeah, must know about this. It is our responsibility to teach our students, yeah, these things, yeah, because of course, digital world is just like the fact it's in the real world is a big fact now, yeah. So we must face it. Our students must face it, and also the parents must face it, right? So it's our responsibility to teach our to teach our students about digital citizenship. Now, of course, it all started because of this the COVID-19 pandemic. What happened in my school? In my school, because of this, right? Finally, Yayasan Pendidikan Soroako issued a memo to start working from home. I still remember that time, Wednesday, March 18, 2020. It was in the middle of dissemination program of our school admission time. I still remember on Wednesday, this day, yeah, it was the day we run dissemination program, the third day. At that time, there was an instruction to cancel, to stop the socialization and go back to our house, go back home because of this because of this pandemic. So everyone was asked to go home, and then we start everything online. Yeah, we start everything online because of this. Okay. Now, next, sorry, where is it? Okay. Okay. So, of course, in the middle of confusion, yeah, we, the teachers in our school, you know, we start to we start virtual classroom. We start virtual classroom. Actually, our school or our foundation, the Yayasan Pendidikan Soroako, has got has integrated the Google Suite for Education account in our school domain. So everyone has the opportunity to start the virtual classroom with Google Meet. But that's all. We don't use any other tools, technological, to start to teach or to start the lesson. So we just share our students' homework, schoolwork by this one, WhatsApp, by this one. Yeah, we did at that time. We are not familiar with Google Classroom as learning management system, right? So until August 2020, we got opportunity to join the training. Yeah, there is Google Certified Educator Training Bootcamp Level 1. So I delegate 9 teachers from my school to join this 9 teachers. Now, and after joining the after joining the bootcamp training, the 6 of us, passed the test, yeah, and become the Google Certified Educators level. Now, 9 people, I think, was not enough to to influence or to provide the knowledge to or to share everything to our students. Therefore, the 9 of us plan to conduct internal training of Google Certified Educators Level 1. So the 9 of us, we share the schedule, and we train our teachers, all staff, school staff. What are we training? What we were training? We trained them the skills that we learned from the Google Bootcamp Level 1. Okay. So by the time we taught them, we trained them the Google Level 1, we, the 9 of us, we joined what called the Google Certified Educators Level 2 camp. So 9 of us, we joined the GCE level 2, and then we took the test, and then we passed level 2. Now after passing level 2, okay, we also lead or guide our friends who joined the internal training in level 1, and then they passed also level 1. So by the time we pass level 2, our friends passed the level 1. Okay. So we have more GCE level 1 teachers that can help us to run also the training for other friends, other teachers. Now, after we receive our certification of GCE level 2, we teach or we train the others. We train other teachers the GCE level 2. So we ran internal training for our own teachers. This has been done repeatedly until the 9 of us join or followed the selection of or to become the Google certified trainer. Yeah, so we joined the boot camp of this GCT, the 9 of us, and then we passed the TSA, training skill assessment, and then we made the tutorial video application, and then finally all of us has the GCT. So here are the video of our tutorial. There are 10 of us. There are 10 of us. Okay. Now, by the time we pass, or most of us has become Google Certified Educators Level 2, all of our teachers, just knew that, as a matter of fact, we have to thank COVID-19 for being a blessing in disguise. Why? Because here are the things that we realize. Digital transformation in the provision of school service. So we realize that we have to provide our school services to transform the school services into digital. And then we have to develop students' agility in digital information transformation. Of course, by not only applying conventional way of teaching digitally, but we can use many interactive here. Number 3, we can use or develop interactive and fun online learning process from WordWall or from Google features, because Google has many features that very interestingly to be implemented in the classroom online. Yeah, and then also our teachers are getting more competent in implementing technology in the learning processes. By the time they competent, they can implement the summer and the TPAD. Yeah, they need what is it? When by the time when they know they pedagogical skills, they have their content knowledge skills. Now they have mastered another skill, which is technological skills, and this is very important, very necessary for the teachers to know, because teaching online is different thing. We need to we need to adapt those skills, the three skills: content knowledge, pedagogical, and then technological skills. Now, okay, so we just know, little that we know, that actually the government has issued what we call akun pembelajaran, the learning account, and it is a Google-based account with the features that helps teachers to teach online with many interesting and challenging features. And then we later knew that all civil servants, teachers in our sub-district were not familiar with akun pembelajaran. See, so because I was very active in what we call it, the K3S. The K3S is kelompok kerja kepala sekolah, or principal working group, in one sub-district. So I offer the principals of the public schools, what about if we train the teachers in the sub-district about akun pembelajaran, about the learning account? And they are very thankful. Oh, thank you, Pak Lodi. Aduh, we have been waiting for this. We don't know what it is. And then, see, we provide this training, and the teachers or the trainers are those teachers who already received the Google certified level 1 and Google certified level 2, and also the Google certified trainers. And then we have conducted it, or we have implemented the various skills that we think, or they think they need in order to apply the akun pembelajaran or the learning account in their own classroom. Here there are many training programs that our teachers as the trainers for the teachers in our sub-district, and they are very grateful for that. Even for Departemen Agama Kabupaten Luwu Timur, they asked our teachers to provide this training for the pendidikan agama Islam, or Islamic religious studies teachers in East Luwu sub-district. And I am very grateful that our schools, our teachers can contribute more to the development of technological transformation, especially in this pandemic situation. So finally, I was asked by Stephen Supandro from Revo Indonesia to become a speaker in April 2021 to share why we are very solid to become Google certified trainers and educators in our school, and give much bigger contribution, especially to the local communities. I think that's all that I can share for everyone this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lodi. Let's give applause to this wonderful presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome.
Now we go to the next presenter, but let me remind you for the participants, if you have questions or feedback, you can write in on the chat box so that at the end of the session, we will present your questions. Okay, let's move to the second speaker, Mr. Herman Taher. He is the principal of the Indonesian school in Den Haag. He had his teaching background from IKIP Ujung Pandang and took his master's degree in Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. He also joined a summer program in Massachusetts University. Before being posted as principal in Den Haag, he has been the principal of SMP 1 Makale, South Sulawesi, facilitator for national character education for principal and school supervisors, and also facilitator for priorities national USAID. He is also the instructor of Curriculum 2013 and others. Okay, today Mr. Herman will deliver his presentation on innovation towards learning in Sekolah Indonesia Den Haag. Mr. Herman, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ibu. Just a moment, please. Okay, can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can.
Ibu Agustina?
Clearly.
Okay, what about my presentations? Is it good to be seen from?
Yes, very clear. Excellent.
Okay then. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning from Den Haag. And maybe good afternoon from Indonesia and also from Bangkok, Ibu Agustina, ya.
That's right.
Okay. Before coming to my sharing sessions today, let me address my gratitude also for the respected Ibu Dr. Kulsum, and also for all principals who are joining here in this session. Very good moment for all around Indonesia and from some Indonesian schools abroad, and also for my colleagues, Pak Lodi and Pak Saidan, my senior, if he is here already, and also again for all participants that cannot I mention one by one in these sessions. Okay. Yes, as the host said, Ibu Agustina, I am Herman Taher, now as the principal of Indonesian School of the Haag. And before, I just already arrived from Indonesia, from Tanah Toraja, South Sulawesi. Yeah, exactly on August 28th last year, in the second wave of pandemic, right? And yes, thank you for again for Ibu Dr. Kulsum who make this activity that we can share together our experience related to the pandemic that we are faced today. And yes, a few days ago, we discussed with Ibu Kulsum about the problems or the handicaps that almost all schools, not only Indonesia, but almost all around the world, has a problem or has a handicap that has challenge. And of course, we cannot just stay waiting for the pandemic goals. We have to do something related to the cases that what we have already faces today. And then based on our discussions, we come for today. And all of my respected colleges, teachers, and principals who are here today, I think 5, 10, or 20 years ago, we never imagined that we will face the condition today that we call pandemic COVID-19. But yeah, that's happened today. That's happened today. And yeah, a lot of schools in Indonesia cannot do many things how to get out from the conditions. But also some very good schools also, not only in the big cities like in Jakarta, Bandung, Surabaya, in Makassar, in some big countries in Sumatra, in Kalimantan, yeah. But also, yeah, in the remote area, I think a lot of schools also have tried hard how to overcome these conditions, just like what Pak Lodi has already presented to us, what EAPS schools has already done to solve these problems. And of course, it comes from good principals, of course, and also very good teachers. Now, in a very short time, I'm going to share to us what actually we have already done in Den Haag related to the to face the condition nowadays. Yeah, as you can see in my slide here. Yeah, that's the picture of our school in Den Haag. Yeah, the very old building. It almost 100 years, and it becomes a cultural heritage building from the Wassenaar governments. It's located in the Wassenaar, and yeah, now we are facing the autumn time, so you can see a lot of leaves falling down. Okay, then. Yeah, this is our visions. Yeah, Indonesian values and globally competitive. That's really a hard challenging, because Indonesian School of the Hague is the only one of Indonesian school in Europe, and we have to compete with local schools or basic schools, and also Indonesian international school who are here in Netherlands. And besides that, we have to keep the Indonesian values to our students also. That's why we have also to develop the faithful of the students, the pious, the noble characters, and the high achievement and creative, civilized and refined. Also, how they become a patriotic, globally competitive, and also personifying a people of Pancasila, or we call the pelajar Pancasila. There's a little bit about our school visions. And of course, the mission of our school is to provide quality educational services. And we use also, just like the schools in Indonesia, we use Indonesian national curriculum, and also based on Indonesian religious and cultural values. And the second one is also our mission, school mission, is to enable the pupils and graduates to collaborate and to compete globally. And the third mission is to increase the graduates' rate of admittance to prestigious university, not only in Indonesia, but also in abroad. And of course, as the school in Indonesian school abroad, we have to participate also in carry out Indonesian cultural diplomacy to support the mission of the Embassy of Indonesia in The Hague. And a little bit about the information about our outcome, the graduation of our students. Almost every year, our students, graduate students who applied or compete in the University Indonesia are accepted there in some good university like Indonesian University, Gadjah Mada University, Pajajaran, and some others. And also in Netherlands, and also in some countries. In Netherlands, some of our students also go to Groningen University, Leiden, Rotterdam, Utrecht. So our students can compete with another student from the school in Netherlands. And what we have already done related to the conditions for today to our teachers related to how to run the school in these conditions. We implemented collegial supervision strategy. In sharing the problems to find the solutions of what problems of situation the teacher face here. We make collegial supervision strategy. We combine what the problem that the teacher has. Every week, at the end of the week, we sit together and talk together what the problem that the past week that the teacher has. The second one is we call a program we call contextual learning, and in Netherlands there are about 400 museums from many aspects. So there are science museums, ethnography museums, art museum, and historical museum, communication, and a lot of museums in Netherlands. And this is a very good sources to bring our students to go there. And we do this at least one in one semester. So there are some base competence that's suitable for the museum. We go there, and also we make it's kind of collaborative subject with has the same purposes, right? And this could be happen also for the Indonesian condition. I think we can visit some places, some museum, or the places that almost the same purpose with the museum. At that time, the students accompanied by the teachers carry out learning visit to the public learning. So she's focusing on the relevant basic competence that I have already told you. And also this after visiting the museum, or the students have to make to compose the reports, and then finally they present what they have already found and what they have already learned from the museum. This is how to develop the 21st century skills, and then I think all of us has already known well about this, the 21st century skills, how to develop the students' critical thinking, creativities, and problem solving, collaboration, and at the end is the communication. That's the second program of we call innovation toward learning. The third one, when I come here, in last year in 2020, I make that we call Patriot extracurricular. That's Patriot is stand for public speaking, international organization, and Taiman. Taiman is the purpose of this Patriot is how to hone in students public speaking confidence and skills, and gaining the first-hand experience by visiting diverse international organizations in Europe, and also taking part actively in the Haag International Model United Nations. This Model United Nations is held every day by one of the institutions in the Haag, and the participants came from more than 100 countries all around the world, and more than 200 teams, 200 delegations, and it's about more than 300 students joining or participated in the Taiman or Model United Nations. And this activity, today, this year, because of the pandemic, our students is going to join this through the online. And the fourth one for our, I call innovations program in Indonesian School of the Hague is international collaboration program. At this moment, SIDH, or Indonesian School of the Hague, is conducting a collaborative program with one of the local school. It's not so far from our school here. This we call the Herman School in Wassenaar. What our students do right now is they work together using Minecraft to design a climate village. So what we have done here is how to develop also our the 21st century skill for our students. So Indonesian students here of the Hague collaborate with of the with the Herman School student in Wassenaar. And that's very good activities using the technology. You using Minecraft as a kind of game, but educational game to design the climate village. And that's a very good discussion from, besides that, our student also are starting to introduce our nation Indonesia, our country Indonesia, to their friends in the Herman School. Now, to do this, we have a twice meeting in a week, every Monday and every Thursday. Every Monday, the student of the Herman School visited Indonesian School of the Haag. And before doing the project, we introduce the culture first to them. And every Thursday, our students visited our partner school in Wassenaar, and they work together, discuss together. And at the end of this program, hopefully their project will be presented on the side event of the 20th UN Climate Change Conference of the parties in Glasgow, UK. Hope it will be on maybe the 1st to 12th November 2021. And of course, what we have already done here, this a kind of inspiration, I guess, that could be implemented in Indonesia. I think we can make a collaboration program between Indonesian school in The Hague with maybe one of the school in Indonesia, or you can also make this kind of model between the school from Indonesia in Jakarta, maybe with another school in Sulawesi, in Kalimantan, or in Sumatra. This is only the example what we have already done here in solving, the limitation of the meeting in the classroom because of the pandemic. So we try to find some program that could support or could develop the 21st century skills to our students. That's 4 points for our I call innovation toward learning. Is the first one is we make collegial supervision strategy. The second one is we use contextual learning using some resources in our environments. I think in Jakarta, in Sumatra, in Sulawesi, in Kalimantan, and in Papua also can use some resources that close to your school. The second one is we make a kind of extracurricular that also can support it, how to develop the student skill, 21st skills. And the last one, we make collaboration program. I think that's the point that to lead us coming to the discussion. I do believe that all of us who join these sessions are also have so many kind of innovation that may be better than us. But again, this is only the point for us to give a kind of sharing information, and we can discuss further after this. Thank you for this moment, and hopefully you can enjoy our presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And thank you well, tot ziens. Thank you, Ibu Agus.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you well. The same with thank you and goodbye. See you.
I see. Don't you well.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Pak Herman, for the wonderful presentation. If the first presenter, Mr. Lodi, presents from the point of view of the technology and also his illustration about leaders using a pencil, Mr. Herman has delivered his presentation in terms of the management and also methodology, how to make use of the context, the environments, the museums, and also the international agencies to improve and to cope with the pandemic. Okay, because of the technical issues, so we will go to question and answer first, because Mr. Saidan still has technical issues, so he will join us soon. So now we would like to have a question and answer session. So to all the participants, feel free to ask question. You can ask the question right away. I will give you time for you to ask questions or maybe feedback. Or maybe you want to share also what you have in your school. Or maybe I will start with my my questions about, because I want to know, because it's very interesting, I think, about what the speaker have just told. So, Mr. Lodi, I would like to ask you a question, maybe for like before, well, the audience, also the participant ask, waiting for them to ask questions. So my question is, so after your teachers have developed some skills in technology, so how is that the effect of the technology literate to the achievement of the students?
Yes, thank you very much, Ibu Agustina. So what is the effect of technological literation, yeah, especially its effect to the learning process, yeah, Ibu Agustina, is it like
Yes.
that? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Implementing various kinds of techniques in the teaching strategies, especially by involving technological designs, yeah, through gamification or by applying Google features in the learning process, of course, enhance the students' skills, even though there are many challenges. Yeah, for example, lack of bravery to apply in the first place. Yeah, to apply in the first place. But we found out that the students, slowly but sure, they enjoy the class that has been designed by their teachers. Yeah, even though the teachers are implementing the learning process by using different kinds of platforms, yeah, like quizzes, like word wall, like Jamboard. Yeah. So they are interacting not only by verbal, but also by using or applying those platforms, and it's fun. They felt fun to join the class in the classroom like that. And when we when we try to implement the what you call the midterm test, yeah, the midterm test, or even daily tests, yeah, daily examination, or the final test in the semester, it's kind of challenging because they were using Google Form, right? I think the first thing, in the first place they used, when they used it, of course they what is it? They are a little bit what do you call it? They're a little bit slow because it was the first thing that they used, using handphone and using their laptop, yeah, to do the to do the test. So there is a gap. There is a gap from applying the paper to paperless, right? From writing by using pen, and then writing by using their thumbs or their fingers in the laptop, for example. But the challenge or answer, because the students are getting used to apply all those technological things by using handphone or using their laptop or Chromebook or even Chromebook.
Okay.
And then because of that joyful moments doing the exercises, doing the examinations, right? And we found out that there are a bit enhancement on their what do you call that? The results of their achievements in the learning process. Yeah.
Okay. Is that from grade 1 also? Grade 1 it works for grade 1 elementary?
Of course. There is bigger challenge. There was a bigger challenge to start this to start teaching, for example, reading or writing, for the lower primary grade 1 especially. Yeah, teacher needs to to have more patience in, from teaching face to face, teaching reading face to face, right? And then suddenly they have to teach reading in front of a laptop, in front of a handphone, right? So of course there is it's a very challenging situation. And then of course we need to integrate, or we need to embrace the parents, because at the moment we ran the online classrooms, parents becomes the second the second partner, crucial partner, right? And then parents got this awareness, come to this awareness that, oh my goodness, to become a teacher is very difficult. So this is how to be a teacher. It's a difficult thing. We said, well, parents, at the first things, the job of a teacher is easy, but when they did it themselves because of this pandemic situation, then they just know, oh, this is how to be a teacher.
Okay, I agree with you. So this is like a challenge for teachers and also parents. Thank you very much for the clear explanations. And now we have a question already on the chat box. This time is to Pak Herman. The question is, how do you adapt the local rules to the curriculum of Indonesian school in Den Haag? So, please,
Okay,
Pak Herman.
Ibu Agus. Ibu Imas Alawiyah.
Yeah, from Bu Imas Alawiyah.
Good question actually, but can you make clearer what do you mean by the local rules that we have to adopt in our school? Can you, Ibu Imas, what do you mean by that? What kind of local rules that?
Okay, Pak Herman, let me introduce myself. I'm Imas from Indonesian school in Makkah, actually. Pak Herman, perhaps the local government, perhaps they have to add their subject, some subject to the curriculum of Indonesian school in Den
Oh,
Haag,
yeah.
or something like that, because
Okay.
here we have it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the very good question, Ibu Imas. Yep. So in Netherlands, the foreign school, Indonesian school of the Haag, the government of the Netherlands said we are decide that SE the Haag is the foreign school, right? And one obligatory that we have to put Dutch as the compulsory subject in our school. That first. So all of students here have to learn Dutch or in a Netherlands language. And besides that, we also teach French, Germany, and Spain, and also Arabic. But that also, we sometimes regularly we invite some guest speaker from some people here talking about many things about the rules in Netherlands, because there are a lot of rules here, and all students who are studying in Sekolah Indonesia Den Haag have to know. There are a lot of what we call for the friends who live here. And Dutch is compulsory subject in our curriculum. That Ibu Imas Alawiyah.
Thank you, Pak Herman. Is it for all the graders or only for some grades?
All grades from elementary to senior high
Okay.
school. Yeah.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
compulsory subject for all grades, all level.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Herman.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Bu Imas, for the question, and thank you, Pak Herman, for the clear explanation. Now, we also have another question from MTS N3 Sleman. This is the question is delivered to the first speaker. That is Pak Lodi. It said that I think he or she is interested in 7 ways to make virtual learning more fun. So the question, would you like to explain more about it, about 7 ways to make virtual learning more fun? Please, Pak Lodi. And maybe Pak Herman can also add some.
Yeah, thank you.
Later.
Thank you very much, Bu Agustina. Okay, actually, I took the picture from this site. Would share the site, yeah, in the chat column. Wait a second, would you please? Where is it? Here we go. Here. Okay, 7 ways to make virtual learning more fun here. Okay. See, so there are the use of centers. Centers is hands-on and engaging way to practice almost any skills. So it's a kind of digital platforms or add-on in the Google Classroom that you can use in order to make or engage your students. So it's an add-on from Google Classroom. You can explore it by yourself here. And then book clubs. Yeah, book clubs here. So book clubs here is an integral part of reading routines in the classroom. Actually, it's kind of as on also, yeah. How to embrace the the students or enhance the students enhance the students interest in readings. If a book clubs, actually it's to enhance their reading literations. Of course there are many ways of enhancing students literation skills other than using these book clubs. In my school, we have we have a contract with a provider, with an online book provider, and we ask parents to join that platform, because it's a very interesting platform for students to enhance their reading skills. Yeah, even from lower primary, from lower primary, because the sources are are so many and various, and then it is related to students. It's children friendly. Yeah, the picture is student friendly, the content are student friendly. And then virtual trips. Virtual trips, we use what we call Google Voyager. Google Voyager are applied by my teachers to teach to to take their students to go to one place from another place virtually. So they can visit a place far from Soroako, but virtually. It is very interesting. And then when they visit from one place, they can discuss about that place. Yeah, of course, it is related to their related to the theme or the theme of the subject they learn. Yeah, or the theme that they are learning. Yeah. Virtual trips, very interesting by the students. Okay, this is another hands-on, yeah, lunch clubs, yeah, and then change the location. Change the location means you have to break the routinity in your classroom. You can ask your students to change the location by, for example, changing the background of their the background of their scene, yeah, from one setting to another setting. Yeah, that means virtual location, yeah, by using the background of their platform, meeting platform. Or they can use several spots in their house. Yeah, not only not only having one place to join the classroom. Yeah, so because most of the time our students, when they learn in one place every day, they learn in one place. It's getting bored. Yeah, and then using music, of course. Using music in your teaching strategies. Even though it is in the virtual classroom, music is always engaging, and it always an ice-breaking activities. Yeah. Makes non-academic activities. Of course, it is it's kind of gamification. Yeah, gamification or ice-breaking activities or non-academic activities. Even though academic activities can be also created by using gamification platforms, yeah, and teachers love to use games, yeah, in the learning process. We also use what we call hyperdocs. Hyperdocs is kind of, yes, hyperdocs is things like there is we can make hyperdocs from Google Docs or Google Slide, in which in one slide you can create several pictures related to the subject, and then student can choose which picture to click, and then when they click one picture, it goes to another practice. It goes to one practice, yeah, of course, one virtual practice, and then they try to do that practice or exercise as soon as possible. And after that, after finishing one practice, they can go to another practice, of course, by choosing it. Choose the topic or choose the picture that they feel like to do. And that will be encouraging, that will be motivating for students to finish the work. Okay, that's it. For more information, you can visit and read this using the link that I have already shared. Bu Agus?
Thank you, Pak Lodi, for the great innovation in learning. And as Pak Lodi said, he has shared the files that you can learn more about it. And thank you. And allow me to welcome Pak Saidan. I think Pak Saidan has joined us. Good afternoon, or is it good evening, Pak Saidan? Hello, Pak Saidan. Good afternoon, Pak Saidan. Hello. Okay, maybe Pak Saidan is still having a technical issue. So maybe there are more questions to deliver here. You have question, and if you have question, please feel free. You can raise your hand, or maybe you can just say, excuse me, something like that, or because maybe we cannot see you directly. Okay. Yeah, we're still okay. Let me ask, while waiting for Mr. Saidan like to join us for the presentation, I would like to ask the presenters, maybe we can have discussion. You have like interesting, yeah, from the different points of view, technology, methodology.
I think Pak Saidan is already here.
Pak Saidan already here, okay.
Yeah.
Pak Saidan. Hello, Pak Saidan. Hello, Pak Saidan.
He's still having trouble with the speaker, with the microphone.
Okay. So, how about, let me ask you, like, while waiting for Mr. Herman, like the joyful learning, is it also discussed in the Indonesian school in Den Haag? Because this is pandemic, and maybe all schools try to, to make students feel happy while also achieving the best knowledge and performance. So, Mr. Herman, you have some opinions about this joyful learning?
Yep, Ibu Agustina. You know, in Netherlands, we almost never close our school totally, even in the pandemic time. Sure, learning teaching process in our school has to be made in a very joyful conditions. you know, so our student here is very only 36 students from, you know, from elementary school goes to the senior high school. That's for the regular program, because we have also you know, distance learning program. It's come from about 28 countries from all around Europe and also from South Africa, and we applied a kind of learning management system in our in regular program. We use mostly we use Microsoft, but in the distance learning program, most our tutor using kind of Google, I think. But you know, we make a very joyful conditions. So we try, all teachers here try to make every meeting is very just like you know, between teacher and students, like friends each other, like brothers and sisters. And every classes we know in presentation, sometimes we start by movie first, very short movie, and also picture, and then a lot of game, a lot of project. So every subject have to make a project, and they discuss together, and then at the end of project they have to make a presentations. So that's a very you know, joyful condition in learning. Watching short movie, listening to music, or watching pictures, and then playing game, and also doing a project. And at the end of the project, they have to present to Agustina the learning teaching process that we have already done here in our school.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Yeah. So, well, I think all schools try to make like to handle how students do not feel bored, because that's the issue right now. Like, especially senior students, they feel that so many tasks, and then it's getting boring, something like that. And thanks God, as Pak Lodi said, that pandemic is not bad at all, because it leads to innovations in many ways, especially in technology. Okay, so we open more questions, but before that, let me greet is Pak Saidan joining us now. Hello, Pak Saidan. Okay, so more question. We open more question. Okay, yeah. There is another question here on the chat box. From Deti MTSN 3 Sleman. I'm Deti from Indonesia. My question is, how do you treat slow learners in distance learning in order to understand the material well, like their friends? Wow. Okay, maybe it can be for Pak Herman and also Pak Lodi, ya. So how do you cope with slow learners so that they can also achieve like other students who are maybe faster in learning? Please.
Who will answer first?
Yeah, who will answer first, please?
Lodi, please.
Okay.
First.
Thank you, Pak. Okay. This is a very interesting question. How do you treat slow learner students? Yeah, we are not talking about whether it is lower or upper primary, right? Because treating slow learners can be everywhere, can be on any levels, yeah, lower primary or even upper primary. But the same thing that we have to do is enrichment, of course. One thing, enrichment and remedial, right? And then it is the teacher's job to plan remedial lessons or enrichment lessons. So pandemic situation, online or virtual classroom cannot stop remedial lessons and enrichment lessons. It cannot stop. It should be done, or even it must be done, right? It is an obligation for the teachers to map, who the slow learners are. Of course, the teachers know who the slow learner students are, who slow learners are, and then after knowing the slow learners, then there must be a remedial schedule for them, right? Now, by doing so, right? Of course, we have to spend more time for them, even though in the pandemic situation. But the challenge is the network, right? This always become the challenge. The complaint of from our students or from parents, the network, and also the pulsa data. Right? Because we have to do it online, right? And not like in the past, because in the past we can just ask those students, those slow learners, to stay at school, and then we can cope with them, right, with more sessions. But of course, those that we have already arranged in the past offline, we have to move it, the set, we move the setting into the online situation. But if we can arrange neatly those remedial and enrichment sessions for the slow learners, I think we can cope that. That's all from me.
Thank you, Mr. Lodi. And maybe Mr. Herman, you want to add something?
Yeah, Ibu Agustina, I still have some minutes before going to the mosque. Yeah, in our school, that are very specific schools, because the number of students, very few, and they came from different level of different schools. Some of them moved from local school, and some of them come from international school, and some of them moved from Indonesia following their parents who are posting here. And some of our students also cannot speak in Bahasa Indonesia, So how to solve these problems? That's very challenging. So the teacher using individual individual learning. So even though they sit in one room, in one class, but the material that the teacher gives is level of difficulties is different, because they come from very different background. And also, just like teaching, for instance, Dutch language, because some of our students was born here, and then their daily language is Dutch, while the other students cannot speak Dutch yet. So how the teacher solve this problem is individual learning in every class. And also they give some interesting task, some interesting project, to make it's not a kind of slow learner, but they haven't got before the material when the student came from a local school or from the international school. So the conclusion is we do the individual approach to the students. Thank you, Ibu Agustina, and for
Thank you, Pak Herman, for the excellent explanation. Mbak Deti, do our speakers answer your question?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Deti. Thank you, Pak Lodi dan Pak Herman. And I will check again whether Pak Saidan has been available for the presentation. Hello, Pak Saidan. Good afternoon. or maybe good evening in Tokyo.
Good afternoon. Good evening. Now it is 6.
Is it 6 already?
6:42. Yes, 6:42.
6:42. It's almost 7. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I have heard your voice. So I guess you are ready for the presentation.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for joining us. So let me read a little bit of introduction of Pak Saidan. Pak Saidan is now the principal of the Indonesian school in Tokyo, but before he has also been the principal of the Indonesian school in Den Haag. He was also the principal of SMA Negeri 1 Sampioh Banyumas, Central Java, and he has also been an exchange teacher to Queensland, Australia, and teaching at SMA Negeri 1 Patik Raja Banyumas. He has also visited many countries to give educational trainings. And today, Mr. Saidan will have presentation on soft skills in transformative leadership. Mr. Saidan, the time is yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished colleagues, Mr. Herman Taher, the principal of Indonesian School, The Hague, Mr. From South Sulawesi, that I forgot the name, sorry about that.
Lodi Kolatlena, Pak Saidan.
Okay, Mr. Lodi. Distinguished owner of Rumah Belajar Virtual, Mrs. Kulsum Nur Hayati, the moderator, Mrs.
Halo,
Agustina.
Mr. Saidan. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Ruang belajar virtual ya, not
Okay.
rumah belajar virtual. Okay.
Ruang belajar virtual. Sorry, I could not open the video because the connection has not been established well. Secondly, I was just arrived in the room, and I'm charging the. Okay, I'm charging the handphone. Ladies and gentlemen, also the participants of this afternoon's webinars. Sorry for the late response and participation because I was just out of Hiroshima City for visiting the historical places like the site of the atomic bomb during World War II, and have some meeting with a student from Central Java. In this very good occasion, we would like to share the values that all parents, society, community, and the country and education institution like to implant for the generations as we levels of society in every profession must have what we call the soft skills. That's why, although it is not literally or textually written in any books, but soft skills are most important values of human beings. Yesterday, I just discussed with the students and one of the teacher in my room that the student has a little bit problem in school life, but we do not blame and judge. We just invite him to have some kind of discussion with heart to heart. And then what I say always to all of my students that you are like a seed and the school is like just a piece of land or farm, and every parents and society want all the seeds could grow and bring fruit. And if you are not planted, you will be just like useless creature, like the seed that is available but never be planted in any piece of land. In this case, I made a kind of analogy, and the second slide here, like we have a caterpillar. When caterpillar is successful in life, it will be the beautiful butterfly. That is what meaning and value of life it is. And also like an egg. If the egg is lucky enough to enjoy the journey of their life, the egg could be the chicken. The chicken could enjoy the beautiful life and the suns and the universe when it is not, for example, being fried during the status of the egg. That's what I always said to students, to everybody. And then, because the soft skills, or in Arabic language, it can be said, it is like ahlak and ahlak adab will bring the blessings. That's why I always advise to everybody that will invite the blessing of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the God Almighty, like the spirituality and humanity, and then responsibility and maturity, wisdom and honesty, respect and courtesy, generosity and charity, creativity and hard work, justice and leadership, hospitality and manners, tolerance, peace and unity, confidence and adaptability. These are the characters or the pillars of the characters of human beings that are appreciated and accepted in every society. I would like to give some examples in real life. I happen to stay in Japan at the moment. It is a very nice lessons that we can learn. For example, if we get some WhatsApp messages from anybody, the Japanese people always responded. It is either emails, WhatsApp, Line, or other media socials, social media. The Japanese people always respond and reply the messages. That is one of the characters and values that the high civilized society try to do. And this will bring the trustworthiness. And it is very nice in society. And then in line with these pillars of characters, we like also to add other 10 basic characters of mankind that I said to anybody will be accepted and respected by other people, like trustworthiness, respect, caring, fairness. In Indonesian, it can be say adil, and then responsibility, citizenship, honesty, courage, diligence, and integrity. I think it is easy to say, but we must remember that we try hard to make it into practice. So if everybody, every member of society could have this kind of levels or characters or qualities of characters, the society and the country will be a very prosperous and Please go on. Okay. In other occasion, because like other presenters also said that our job and obligation is to help the young generation develop themselves, not only in academic skills but also in attitude and other social and spiritual skills. I always give this advice to everybody, including my students, my sons, my family members, and my brothers, sisters, that if we will be good human beings, as I said at the verse, that will be blessed by Allah, because the blessing of Allah will give us the happiness and the prosperity in other aspects. Like everybody must have the spirit of loving the God Almighty. Loving the God means that we try to what we call to believe that everything is under the God's supervision, under the God decision, under the God sovereignty. And then Ruhaniya means that everybody must have the ahlak adab and politeness and also good mannership. And Batiniya, everybody must have the positive attitude, dynamic, and also what we call productive, not negative one. Jasmania, it is impossible for everybody to be healthy and prosperous without keeping our body healthy, like eating and sleeping regularly, having nutritious and delicious food, and others. And Jamia means that we have to connect with other people around the world to make friends and brotherhood that will make us a meaningful society and meaningful creature. That is some values that everybody should possess for inviting the blessing of Allah. If we are blessed by Allah, we will be a happy life. We'll be having a happy life and also prosperous one, although without any hard work. Next. Beside implementing and internalizing and making those values into practice in real life, in certain institutions or organizations, we have also some kind of characters that in every society, in every group of people, like school, for example, everybody must have the commitment. Commitment means everybody have the common objective that we must be successful in serving society, serving students and others. And then to do that, we have to apply the communicative skills. We have communication that must be done properly and then politely and something like that. Communication will be very good when it is followed by collaboration or working together, and then collaboration with cooperation. These are the two elements, like the machine in every vehicles that will move forward to bring all the passengers to the destination. And the last one, all the processes of commitment, communication, collaboration, cooperation will be very nice and smooth if all and everybody has the courtesy or politeness or ahlak and adab and care. Care means everybody should love each other, respect each other, and something like that. Thanks, that's all for I can say today, just for sharing.
Thank you, Pak Saidan. Let's
Stay healthy and happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's like to make us move also give applause to Pak Saidan. So I think the last presentation from Pak Saidan has made all the presentation more complete, yeah, because when speaker has seen the innovation in terms of technology, and then Pak Herman from the management and methodology, and Pak Saidan in terms of character building. So I have learned a lot from this. We have had 3 presenters. Now maybe you have question, especially to Pak Saidan, because he has come later. So maybe you still have question, especially to the third presenter.
If anybody are curious of who I am and what look I'm still I just came from Tokyo, having just finished walking around to visit the historical site of atomic bomb, and we took a tram. It was a lovely moment and experience. Okay, if nobody asks questions, because it is not necessary, because everybody has it. It is just a practice of English. No problem.
And finally, we can see you, Pak Saidan. So
Okay.
I have like one point, because you said something,
Yes.
it's not easy. And also we can say like, easier said than done. So how would you do this?
Miss Agustina, 2 people raise hand.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. I think we will invite the participant to ask question directly. Yeah. Please let me check. Please.
Santu Patioli.
Okay, please, participant, you directly introduce yourself and deliver your question.
Okay, please.
The next
There are 2, Pak
Oh.
Bani Amas and Mas Dimas Alawiyah. Raise hand.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for the very inspiring presentations. Hearing the explanation from the speakers made me even more excited to collaborate with schools and other university maybe, because in this pandemic situation, we have a good opportunity to learn digital literacy also with our students. Now maybe this is our role to spread this knowledge to those who have not had the opportunity to learn it. And maybe like this event, we have collaborated, and this very good community that I joined. Thank you very much, Ibu Kulsum, already held this event. Also, this very good for the teacher, also the educators can sharing how to make the class more fun, also more effective. Also, they can produce something creative with the material of the school. I think this is not occasion, but this is opportunity to me. Maybe if we have some program, we can collaborate with others. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Bani, for offering collaboration in like applying this technology. So that's very good idea. Bu Bani is one of the teachers of the Indonesian school. Okay, for the next question.
Miss
Please.
Imas Alawiyah.
Okay, thank you, Bu Kulsum. Thank you, Mr. Saidan. Nice to meet you again, Mr. Saidan.
Okay, nice to meet you too.
Okay, I'm Imas from Indonesian school in Makkah. Actually, I'm interested in building the Indonesian characteristic into our students. My question is how to strengthen the Indonesian characters to the students in Sekolah Indonesia, Tokyo. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think every Indonesian school in other countries have also done some effort to what we call preserve can teach our kids living in other countries to have values of Indonesian ones. As it is regular before pandemic, 15 minutes before classes, we are having a gathering in the hall. In that moment, teachers and students share what are the good things and positive ones that everybody likes. Also, we what we call it is like an advice from parents. Like, for example, and every morning or every day in your life at home, if you just sit and sleep, your parents will not be happy. But if your life, as you have been given some complete body organs from God, it has a meaning. For example, you have hand and power and energy. You are growing up, so every day, just little things. After eating, please wash your dishes, wash your spoon, wash your dirty glasses, also your dresses. These simple things will make parents happy. If parents are happy, God will be happy too. This is what we call the blessing. These little values, I always say to students, like, okay, if you do good things, it is like you are saving something in the bank. If someday you need the saving for your life, you have got it. Allah will give it to you, will give back to you. Like, well, okay, if you are lazy, you never work anything, you will never get anything also. Like just farmers, if you don't plant any rices or some corns or some seeds, you will never reap it. You will never get some products. That is some values that I always emphasize to students, not to be lazy, to respect parents, to help parents, to take part in all parents and society's activities, because although it is not written, although it doesn't mean anything at the moment, we cannot feel it, but that is what we call the savings and blessings, and this will give you ways of success in the future. That is some simple things that we always advise to students in every occasion. Usually before pandemic, we have an assembly or kind of what we call, kind of assembly, 15 minutes for giving and implementing the values and characters, and also some Indonesian values like Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, tolerance, and something like that. These are the practices that we always try to do in Indonesian school in Tokyo, and you can just check the parents. Sometimes, or we didn't hear directly from the kids, but the parents sometimes tells to other parents that, oh, these values, the kids are very happy when it is given by the teacher and the principals. Okay, just some simple things that I do it because I'm not a great man, just a humble and also the ordinary man that try to help other young generations to grow under the blessings of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Saidan, for the explanation, starting from the simple one, every day. Okay, Bu Imas, is your question answered clearly?
Yes, I think it is very inspiring, Mr. Saidan. We start from
Yes.
small thing, right? Okay, and then what I want to know is, Mr. Saidan, is there any any Japanese habits that is not that is not appropriate to our culture, Indonesian culture? For example, here in Mecca we have the younger people they don't have to salaman cium tangan gitu Pak kalau di sini. They just shake hands
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
And then we have to emphasize that
Yeah.
in our culture we have different habits, we have different character in shaking the
Yes.
older people to the younger people. Okay, is there any differences in Japan like that, Mr. Saidan? Thank you.
Luckily, I think in general, most characters and habits that the Japanese people have are similar to the one in Indonesia. Like this morning, I just got on the Shinkansen, the very express and fast train from Tokyo to Hiroshima. When we take a car, it takes about 11 hours, but using a Shinkansen, it is just 3.5 hours. You know, when what we call the police or some train crew, whenever they enter one of the car, they always bow. They always bow their body and head. This is very polite, and in some respect, in some extent, even the most Japanese people are more polite than Indonesian. And you know, when we meet people after finishing meeting every day, including yesterday, we have also some Japanese guests. After finishing the meeting from my room, they bow their body many times before saying goodbye. I think in some respects, most Japanese people have the identical characters and manners to Indonesian. Even for me, it is more polite than we have. Even at the moment when we observe the life of the young generation in Indonesia, they have lost some of the values of respecting people and older generations. And including in Arab, I think every what we call every society, every garden have different grasshoppers. I think you can just make our student understand that we have differences, but we must adjust and adapt that. Thank you, Mr. Imas.
Thank you, Mr. Saidan. Very interesting.
Thank you, Mr. Herman, and also Mrs. Imas. So it's 5:10 already. So I guess we have just had wonderful presentation, wonderful discussion, question and answer. To sum up our webinar today, we have learned innovation in a way to transform national leaders to mentor here building characters, emphasizing collegial supervision, contextual learning, and public speaking, and also developing international partnership, and also digitally literate, and integration in technology, citizenship, and digital agile. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the next agenda, I would like to invite again Dr. Kulsum Hayati to give closing remarks. Dr. Hayati, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Agustina Rahmawati. Ladies and gentlemen, all of participants in this today's webinar. Very nice to be with you all. I think there are nice and great presentation from Mr. Saidan in Hiroshima today, and Mr. Herman Taher in Den Haag, and Mr. Lodi in Soroako. Thank you for all speakers and participants today. Today we learned a lot from Mr. Lodi, Mr. Herman, and Mr. Saidan, and learn from each other in many aspects, from technology to spirituality. So actually we agree that as educators, we have a lot of problems and need process to school transformations. But we keep up our spirit to innovating and transforming in our institution. Hopefully in this discussion, will provide valuable knowledge for us. And I hope our relationship can continue for the next event. I will announce the door prize winner.
Wow. Okay.
She is Miss Imas Alawiyah
Oh,
from Indonesian
congratulations.
Makkah. Okay.
Thank you, Bu Kulsum.
Yeah. Congratulations. Okay, thank you all participants for actively participating in this event. Keep up the spirit, all great teachers from everywhere you are. Thank you all of participants here. See you in the next event. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the closing remarks.
Yeah.
I think it's time for a photo session, group photo session.
Before it is closed, I just want
okay.
the list of the participants. I saw my former student from Banyumas. The name is okay, Restu Tami. Are you still here, Mrs. Restu Tami?
Oh, Restu.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said like so thumbs up. So I think she is there, but just not open the camera.
Pak Saidan, how's life down there? Assalamualaikum, senior. So missing you so much.
Okay.
Because my job here is heading to the end, so I try to use the time for enjoying the universe, stepping out in different parts of the world. It is advised by everybody. Someday we'll go to other part of the world again, to Europe again. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Saidan. Congratulations for meeting your students in the past. Okay, so let's have a group photo session for now. So please open your camera and take your best position and your best smile. I will count 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time. Maybe free style. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Thank you, Mrs. Agustina.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for
thank you, Ms. Agustina, Dr.
Kulsum, and
Herman. Thank you very much,
Pak Saidan, Pak Lodi, Bu Agus, dan
thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lodi, Pak Saidan. Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Herman.
See you
Thank you,
soon.
Sawadika from Bangkok.
See you soon. Not since.
Okay,
Pak Saidan.
Have a nice weekend. Everybody keep healthy and
Amin,
happy.
Keep healthy. Yes.
Okay.
Salam.
Salam.
Assalamualaikum.